So today we're focusing on a very popular midsize pickup truck, the Toyota Tacoma. I have the 4th generation Tacoma here, which is all new for 2024 with significant upgrades across the board, which I will highlight at the end of this video. While the Tacoma is generally known for its reliability and strong performance, some model years have had more issues than others. I'm going to reveal which Toyota Tacoma model years to avoid and why, with sources to back it up. The first model year to avoid is a 2006 Tacoma, which has had several significant issues that affected its reliability. Number 1, transmission problems. Owners reported issues with the automatic transmission, including slipping and hard shifting, according to carcomplaints.com. Also, paint and body issues on the 2006 model. Numerous complaints about paint peeling and rust, particularly on the frame, this according to Edmunds.com. And engine problems. Reports of engine issues, including excessive oil consumption and failure, were very common, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Next, avoid the 2009 Tacoma, which has faced a variety of issues that made it less reliable. Frame rust, for one. Owners reported significant rust issues with the frame, leading to costly repairs and replacements, according to carcomplaints.com. Steering issues. The 2009 had a number of complaints about steering problems, including a clunking noise and difficult steering, according to Edmunds. And brake issues from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Reports of brake problems, including premature wear and failure of brake components, were very common. Then you have the 2016. Several issues that affected its overall reliability and performance. Transmission, for one. Reports of problems there, including rough shifting and slipping, were common. Engine issues. There were issues including stalling and excessive oil consumption, as well as infotainment system problems. Complaints about the infotainment system, including frequent crashes and connectivity problems, were frequent. And then the following year, in 2017, several reliability issues that made it a model year to avoid. Transmission problems. People talked about transmissions including rough shifting and slipping on carcomplaints.com. Steering issues. The 2017 had issues leading to rough and noisy driving experiences, according to Edmunds. Then there were interior quality issues with materials and build quality. Those complaints were frequent, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. 2 years later, the 2019 Tacoma popped up on the radar. Problems that potential buyers should be aware of. Transmission issues, for one, which is a common theme throughout this entire video. Owners reported problems with the automatic transmission, including rough shifting and slipping. Engine issues, complaints about knocking, excessive oil consumption, which could lead to major repairs. And safety recalls in 2019, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Several recalls, including issues with the fuel pump and airbags. All right, the good news. Here's what's new with the 2024 Toyota Tacoma. First of all, a more powerful and fuel-efficient turbocharged I-Force 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine now replaces the previous non-turbo 2.7-liter 4-cylinder and 3.5-liter V6 engines. Also, an I-Force Max gas-electric hybrid powertrain makes its debut in this model year. The new 2-door, 2-passenger extra cab offering extensive in-cabin storage is also new, replacing the 4-passenger access cab. The previous 6-speed automatic transmission has been upgraded to a more efficient 8-speed unit. Chassis improvements include a new fully boxed ladder frame, 4-wheel disc brakes, electric power steering, and a smoother riding multi-link coil spring rear suspension on most trims. New features for this year include an available power-operated tailgate, a front stabilizer bar disconnect for improved off-road articulation, and an adaptive damping system that adjusts ride control in real time. So with all that said, how would this perform in some real-world on-road and off-road testing? Good news is, I did both. Take a look. In this video, I get behind the wheel of the 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road. I'm here at the Ridge Motorsports Park in Western Washington to test and evaluate its ride and handling, on and off-road capability, comfort, technology, and overall value, among other things, all in an effort to determine the ultimate outdoor activity vehicle of the year winner. This is a 2-day event featuring 20 vehicles with members of my Automotive Press Association. We grade and rank each vehicle by category and then determine an overall winner. This year's submissions included 2- and 3-row family SUVs, luxury SUVs, and pickup trucks. All right, my friends, some on-pavement testing and demonstrations inside the Tacoma, which happens to be the least expensive and least powerful truck in this competition of submissions. Here are the list of pickup trucks in this competition: Colorado, Ranger, Raptor, Ridgeline Trail Sport, Frontier Pro 4X, Ram 1500 Rebel, and this Tacoma TRD Pro. Looking at 278 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. Towing capacity, though, is very competitive at 6,400 with a MSRP as tested just under 42 grand with fuel economy in mixed driving at 20. So I'm just sitting up here as I'm going through a few cones, getting an immediate feel of what it's like behind the wheel on this course, and then we'll do a 0 to 60. Now, I mentioned all the vehicles, all the trucks I'm doing them back to back to back to get a feel of how they compare to each other while it's still fresh in my head. As I mentioned, the least powerful. And the Ram Rebel was the most powerful, followed by the Ranger Raptor. Let's see how we do here. Now, in the past, 0 to 60s it has stopped before the stop sign. Many have stopped after. Either way, 3, 2, 1, go, punch. Pedestrian acceleration. We're not even at 60 yet, and 60. That might be on par with the Ridgeline. So, but you know, Tacoma, I don't know if that's really its selling point, is how good it can accelerate, but still respectable in my opinion. Little U-turn, and then we'll do a slalom. So we're looking at a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder with this one, a turbocharged engine with an 8-speed automatic transmission, just so you know. I'll probably go at 20 miles per hour here just to get a feel of the body roll in this short slalom course. Not so much slalom as just, you know, some turns. I'm not going around cones, we're going through them. Yeah, that's more of a SUV comfortable driving feel like a Ridgeline might be. Not so much body roll whatsoever. Acceleration, little burst there, 40, 45, 50, 55, and we hit 60. All right, these twists and turns are about 25 miles per hour approximately. Just checking out the steering wheel, see if it pops back into place. Okay. It holds the road pretty well. At 26 miles per hour. This is the kind of truck that's very maneuverable. You kind of feel like it's one with you based on its size. Not too big, not too small. There you go. Above average driving experience. That was fun. Now it's time to take on something a little more challenging. All right, welcome to the first section of our off-road demo. in the Tacoma, and you will hear a voice in the background. I got a friend from Toyota who's going to talk us through some of the features to make this the most successful off-road we can do. So I'm going to climb this first one here, and then we'll get a little more adventurous and challenging. Nothing, we're not changing anything for this section of it, right?
No.
Okay. I love how they have a camera in the front, or from on the display here, showing all the different angles. That's great.
So we take a look here, you can see that the vehicle's blacked out. However, we start driving, it'll stitch together that picture, and it'll give us an image of what's underneath the vehicle too, which is advantageous off-road and going over some of these rock obstacles. And if you don't have a spotter, we can go back to the other view where we can see where our tires are going to be placed.
Okay.
It's great for when you're cresting a hill and going over a hill and not being able to see downward. The camera will show you everything. So we're going to put it in neutral right now and put it in 4 low.
All right. Neutral, and then you go ahead and turn it as I watch.
Put that into 4 low, and then we are going to go ahead and put it back into gear.
Go ahead.
Put on the brake, and
Yep.
we're going to turn on downhill assist control or crawl control.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take a look on the dash, now we see we have 5 different speeds we can choose from. Crawl control is much like cruise control off-roaded, and the car will maintain the same speed. You keep your foot off the brake and the gas, and concentrate on where you're on wheel placement and where you're going to go, and the vehicle will use traction control to traverse itself up and down the hills.
So we're properly set up?
You're properly set up. So
all right, we'll take it up.
right now, just let the gas and brake do itself. Keep your foot off the gas and the brake, and
I can take my foot off the gas, it'll go up?
Yep, take your foot off the gas. It'll hold the speed. It'll hold the number 3 speed. It'll get there.
I can still take it off right now?
Yep, and every time, just keep it off, and it'll maintain that number 3 speed, and then we can concentrate on traversing down the hill.
To our left.
And then we can lower that speed too, let's go to like the lowest speed, and you can see that the vehicle maintains this very slow speed. It uses traction control to do this.
Sorry for the jumpy camera, but this is a great demo.
So let's go ahead and increase the speed.
With the accelerator?
Nope.
Oh.
You just keep your foot off the gas and the brake. We're going to dial it up a little bit. So there's speed number 2. There's speed number 3. And then we can go all the way up to speed number 5, which will keep it right around 4 miles an hour.
I'm really glad we did this.
Yeah.
Thank you for suggesting that we give this a go.
Absolutely.
I was going to skip this section.
So let's go ahead and
back to neutral?
Back into neutral, so we can put it back into 4 high. Crawl control and mud terrain select work in both, and only in 4 low. And so we can just take off crawl control and then shift it back into 4 high. You can see how quickly that transfer case already shifted back over into 4 high, and we are good to go.
Okay. All right, final section here, a little horseshoe incline. We're going to have some talking and explanation of what we're going to do to make this, again, an easy ride. Anything special with this initial climb?
Initial nothing. This is easy for the Tacoma right here. As we climb, you can actually see the camera peeking over the hill. We can't see anything but daylight in front of us. However, we can safely see where the tires are being placed in front of us using the screen. So before we get to this next section, I want to put on or actually disable the stabilizer.
Okay.
So we have a brand new feature in the brand new Tacoma, which is stabilizer disconnect. So it's electronic stabilizer disconnect. No need to get out of the vehicle. We hit the button. You'll see an orange flashing light underneath the 4 high. That now is not blinking and shows that we are fully disengaged. And that will give us a few extra inches of travel in our front suspension, which will help keep our tires on the ground, give us more flex, and keep that contact patch in contact with the dirt, give us more traction. Excellent for the rutted section we have coming up ahead.
Already it's a smoother ride. I can almost sense the length of it dropping to keep in contact.
And with pairing the front disconnect with the rear springs, the coil springs that we now have in the back of this and the multi-link suspension, it allows for a lot of flex, a lot of droop, and maximum traction.
And now, do we stop to disengage or to
Actually,
put
when
it back?
goes to 20 miles an hour, it will automatically re-engage itself.
That's what I'm talking about. That was a good demo. Nice job, Toyota. That's my video for today. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and click subscribe if you haven't already. It's free and it really helps support this channel. See you next time. Today's video is brought to you by The Cold Plunge. Use discount code DAVE150 at checkout at thecoldplunge.com. Immediately save $150 off your purchase. That's DAVE150 at thecoldplunge.com. There's also a link below this video. One final note, if you are in the market for a new vehicle soon, great. Connect with your local dealership and price and test drive at least 3 different vehicles. A vehicle's strengths and weaknesses can only be discovered when you are behind the wheel. My reviews can be good, but you need to test drive these yourself. Visit quotes.everymandriver.com, select the make, model, and your zip code, and you'll get invoice pricing in your area on those vehicles. Shop smarter with price quotes at quotes.everymandriver.com.
Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time.